If you're wondering whether to retire this year or wait a little bit longer, you're not alone. In fact, one of the most common questions that I hear from Canadians in their late 50s, early 60s is, should I retire now? Or maybe wait another year or two? It feels like a financial decision, but deep down, it's also an emotional one. And today, what I want to do and what I want to unpack is what really drives that hesitation, the hidden costs of waiting financially and personally, and how to reframe that decision so that you can retire with clarity, not regret. So, let's get into it. Now, why do people wait to retire? So, let's start by reframing some of these fears because I've heard them all. What if I don't have enough? What if I get bored? What if the market crashes? What if I outlive my money? Now, these are all valid concerns, but often they mask something much deeper. We've spent decades working, right? And work has been our routine, our identity, and it's our safety net. So stepping away isn't just about leaving a job, it's about stepping into the unknown. Fear of running out of money often hides a deeper fear of running out of purpose. Now let's talk about the financial logic and the illusion that goes along with that. So here's the math that most people lean on. I'll work one more year and save more. That's going to make retirement way easier. And that sounds reasonable, right? But let's break it down a little bit. Let's say you earn $100,000 and you save $25,000 of that each year. Waiting one more year adds $25,000 to your retirement savings. But over a 25-year retirement, that's going to give you maybe $100 more per month in income. Does that truly change your life? Or is this just buying you more time to avoid the bigger emotional leap? Now, in some cases, yes, maybe you need that one more year and it's going to make a real difference. But in most cases, it's just going to delay and it's going to dress up that logic. Now, there's another cost that no spreadsheet can show you. That's time. When you wait to retire, you're not just postponing your freedom, you're spending some of your healthiest, most vibrant years just continuing to trade time for money. And the trade-offs are really real, right? Because one more year of missed vacations, one more year of deferring that bucket list, one more year of pushing off that fishing trip, that European train ride, that week at the cottage with your grandkids. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So what are you waiting for? Really, ask yourself, what do I believe will magically change if I wait one more year? Will you suddenly feel completely secure? Will the market stop being volatile? Will interest rates normalize? Will you suddenly know what to do with all this free time that you have? Probably not, because here's the truth. Retirement always has unknowns. There's no amount of delay that can eliminate every single risk. But that's why planning really matters. Retirement isn't about having all the answers. It's about being prepared for the right questions. Now, I want to introduce you to Mike and Carol. Mike was 64, Carol was 62 when they came to me. They had about $1.2 million saved, they had CPP and OAS on the way, and they had a paid off home. But Mike kept saying, let's just wait one more year, just to be safe. Now, Carol was ready at this point. She had dreams. She had trips that she wanted to take. She had some volunteer work that she was really excited for. So we built them a retirement plan that showed them that their income would be way more than enough. Even if the markets dipped, even if inflation was sticky, even if they lived into their 90s. And this gave them permission to say yes to retirement, not because the numbers had changed, but because their confidence did. They retired that spring because of this. And then 3 months later, I got a postcard from the Amalfi Coast, and Carol wrote, "We almost waited. So glad we didn't." The psychology of the one more year syndrome. Now, there's actually a name for this, and that's actually called the one more year syndrome. It's the idea that no matter how ready someone is to retire financially and emotionally, they convince themselves to keep working just a little bit longer. But here's the catch. One more year can easily become 2, 3, 5, a decade. And by the time that you actually retire, you're more tired, you're less adventurous, and you're full of these what ifs. Now let's do a quick visualization here. Imagine you live to 90. You're 62 now. That gives you 28 years of retirement. So let's break it down into 3 different phases, okay? You've got your go-go years. This is generally between the ages of 60 and 75. You're the most active, you're the most mobile, you're very energetic during these years. Then we have your slow-go years. This is between the ages 75 and 85. This is when life starts to slow down, travel becomes a little bit harder. Then we have your no-go years. This is age 85 plus, and your focus shifts to more health, comfort, and care. Now, if you delay retirement from 62 to 67, you've just cut your go-go years essentially in half. Are you okay giving away the most vibrant part of retirement in exchange for more money that you might not even spend? Now let's talk about the true goal, and that's retiring to something, not just from something. So let's be honest. Fear of retiring isn't just about the money. It's about meaning. Work gives us structure. It's a reason to get up in the morning, people to talk to, a sense of contribution. So before you retire, don't just ask, can I afford it? Ask, what am I retiring to? What will fill my days with purpose, joy, and energy? What lights me up when I imagine it? That's the real plan. And it's just as important as the financial one. Let's talk about some key questions to ask yourself before delaying retirement. Now, am I just delaying out a strategy or fear? How much will one more year actually change my financial plan? What memories or life experiences might I miss by waiting? Am I retiring to something that excites me? And what would need to be true for me to feel ready now? Now, these questions aren't easy, but they're where clarity lives. So if you're on the edge of retirement, ask yourself, if not now, when? And most importantly, what might I miss if I keep waiting? Now, you've worked hard, you've earned this. And if you want help building a retirement plan that supports not just your finances, but your life, that's exactly what I do. You can learn more at stonecitywealth.com. I'm Adam. We'll see you in the next video.